The skies over Eastern Europe have become a critical front in the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine's air defenses, with Western support, have repeatedly surprised analysts by holding off a larger Russian air force. News of downed aircraft is more than just statistics. It shapes morale, international perceptions, and the information war. Recently, Ukraine claimed a major strike against Russian aircraft deep inside Russian territory, initially celebrated as a breakthrough, but soon, US officials suggested the actual number of Russian planes damaged or destroyed was much lower than Ukraine claimed. This discrepancy highlights how information itself is weaponized in war. For Ukraine, showing it can hit Russian assets far from the front is vital for morale and international support. For Russia, minimizing losses is key to projecting strength. These aerial battles are part of a broader strategy. Ukraine aims to degrade Russia's ability to launch attacks, while Russia seeks to maintain its offensive edge. The debate over numbers underscores the high stakes and scrutiny of this ongoing air war. After a daring operation in early June 2025, Ukraine announced it had struck 41 Russian heavy bombers, with half supposedly beyond repair. The SBU estimated $7 billion in damage and claimed about a third of Russia's strategic cruise missile carriers were hit. Dramatic footage showed drones striking bombers and rare A-50 spy planes. Days later, US officials offered a more conservative assessment. About 20 Russian warplanes hit, with 10 destroyed or damaged beyond repair. The gap between 41 and 20 is significant, affecting perceptions of Russia's remaining air power. Both Ukraine and the US have reasons for their numbers. Ukraine to boost morale, the US to manage expectations and strategy. Such discrepancies are common in war, but they shape how the world views the conflict. The true impact remains a subject of debate. Verifying battlefield claims is notoriously difficult, especially deep inside Russia. Both sides have incentives to inflate successes or downplay losses. Independent verification is rare. Analysts rely on satellite imagery and radar logs to assess damage. Even these tools have limits. Aircraft may look intact but be unusable, or appear destroyed but be repairable. The fog of war makes precise assessments nearly impossible in real time. The US based its lower numbers on its own intelligence, suggesting a more cautious approach. News outlets often state they cannot independently verify either side's claims. This uncertainty means every report must be viewed with skepticism. The information war is as fierce as the battles themselves. Ultimately, the truth is often elusive amid the chaos of conflict. Operation Spider's Web was a bold Ukrainian attack on 4 Russian air bases, far from the front lines. Targets included Olenya, Ivanovo, Diaghilevo, and Belaya, spanning from Murmansk to Siberia. Ukraine focused on strategic bombers like the Tu-95 and Tu-22M and rare A-50 spy planes, key assets for Russia's long-range strikes. The attack reportedly used over 100 FPV drones, smuggled close to the bases, and launched from hidden containers. This innovative tactic bypassed air defenses and allowed precise strikes on parked aircraft. The operation demonstrated Ukraine's ability to project power deep into Russia, striking targets up to 4,300 kilometers away. It delivered a psychological blow to Russia and boosted Ukrainian morale. The attack also targeted elements of Russia's nuclear triad, raising concerns about escalation. Even with disputed damage numbers, the strike showed Ukraine's growing reach and ingenuity. It sent a clear message. Nowhere is entirely safe from Ukrainian retaliation. The risks, however, are significant. Hitting strategic bombers could provoke a dangerous response. The world is watching closely. Operation Spider's Web triggered swift reactions. President Zelensky framed the strikes as a response to ongoing Russian aggression, while the SBU emphasized their success. Russia acknowledged attacks on several airfields but downplayed the damage. President Putin warned of retaliation, and Russian authorities launched investigations. The US, caught off guard, expressed concern about escalation, especially with nuclear-capable bombers targeted. The fog of war and propaganda make it hard to know the full truth. What's clear, Ukraine's resilience and ability to strike deep are reshaping the conflict. But with every bold move, the risks of escalation grow, and the world must pay close attention.